Rock be hinting at a very big new relationship for WWE that has a massive impact on AEW and Tony Khan? Well, in today's video, we are going to be looking at that and how everything is working out in WWE right now. Keep in mind that The Rock is part of TKO. He's a board member on that company, and he is involved on the business side of WWE in addition to his random appearances on television whenever it fits him to a T. Now, look, over the last decade or so, Vince McMahon, there's been a lot of changes within WWE and Vince McMahon. He's gone from leading the company with an iron fist to being ousted in 2023, opening the golden age of WWE, in my opinion. There's quite a few different reasons behind McMahon being out of the picture. And the roster has absolutely blossomed because of it, in my opinion, and thanks to Triple H's long-term and entertaining storytelling that's worth investing in. And they are crossing over with pop culture that they had not been in the past, working with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. Yet there's another element that has helped WWE get its cool factor back, and that's the willingness to work with other companies outside of their own pure universe. If you look at partnerships with GCW, Pro Wrestling Noah, All Japan Pro Wrestling, AAA, and of course their now multi-year partnership with TNA Wrestling. However, The Rock may have just hinted at a new relationship that would be a massive, massive partnership over in Asia. And it could also spell bad news for AEW. In a new video posted on his Instagram, the Great One is staring intently at a Rubik's Cube. The video was captioned with slightly intelligently imitating, but keeping faith alive. What makes this interesting is what not The Rock is doing in this picture. It is what he's wearing in this video or this picture. It's him wearing a New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt. Now, could this mean that he is hinting towards something? Could this mean that he is indicating that there is a working relationship between New Japan and The Rock, or is he just trolling fans? Well, in my opinion, I think he's actually trolling fans. I'll get into that more in a minute. Look, current TKO Group Holdings is a company that is massive. Between WWE and UFC, they are printing money. Does WWE need a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling? Absolutely not. However, if you are looking at it from the business sense of AEW is reliant on New Japan, they use New Japan talent, they cross promote events with New Japan. If WWE ever got in a situation in which they could partner with New Japan, would it make sense? Yes, it would make sense. You have to look at it like this. WWE is in a situation in which they are trying to implement and get market share in any market possible. Okay, they have the United States pretty much on lockdown from, I would say, an 80% cap rate, right? That they own the market in North America. Probably 80% of the market goes to WWE. The further you get away from North America, their market share dwindles. That was one of the reasons why, literally a decade ago, Triple H came up with the idea of, hey, let's build performance centers in all of these different countries, including the UK and Russia and, Africa and Japan and China and all these other places. And let's try to get that market share back from New Japan and All Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah and, Progress and all these other things. That's one of the reasons why they partnered with all these companies as well, like Progress and Pro Wrestling Noah and etc. Now, in regards to AEW and Tony Khan, is it a situation in which New Japan will make or break the success of AEW? Absolutely not. AEW, in fact, is a much larger promotion than New Japan. They are a much bigger promotion here in the United States, not necessarily in Japan. You hardly ever hear of any talk in regards to AEW's business in Japan. I don't even know if they're in the marketplace. Regardless, New Japan is never going to be a major promotion in the United States. Just my opinion. They had their chance back in 2016, 17, 18. But at the end of the day, they're not. And especially with AEW the way that they are as the second biggest promotion, obviously TNA is on a upward swing in recent years. Their partnership with WWE has obviously helped them as well. there's no real reason why you would think that WWE would go out of their way necessarily to partner with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Would it help them? Could they use stars? Could they establish, relationships with their talent, potentially poaching them away like they have done with TNA? TNA is now just a developmental for WWE in a lot of ways. They send their developmental stars over there and they bring in stars from TNA that they like or want to get a look at and put it on their stage. Your Joe Hendrys, obviously Jordan Grace jumped ship to there, and you have other stars. Yes, that is a valid point, and that is something in which you need to look at. If we go back to The Rock, I think you look at him and you go, okay, here's a businessman who he understands, hey, how can we get fans talking in any way possible? Not necessarily over the top clickbait, but like genuine curiosity, right? I think the reason that he shared this picture or this video is because of one and one thing only. It's to get you talking. He literally is looking at a Rubik's cube. He is trying to figure out something. And what do you do when you're messing around with a Rubik's cube? You're trying to solve it. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to get it in the right spots and it match up exactly possible. Him wearing a New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt was not by accident. It was by design, but I don't think it's as much as what people want to anticipate. It's not a situation in which he's teasing a WWE New Japan Pro Wrestling relationship. He is doing so because he knows, hey, I can get people talking. Hey, I can get people interacting. And oh, by the way, the algorithms on social media and YouTube and all these other different platforms, they know like if one post gets you a high level of interaction and talk and buzz and clicks and interactions and comments, that will lead over to your next post. So whatever his next post is, well, that's going to get a major bump based off of the past post. That's the reason why I think The Rock was doing that. He was just doing so to get attention, to get interaction, and get people talking. You can say that's a bad thing. You can say that's not a bad thing. But regardless, that is, in my opinion, what The Rock was trying to do in this situation, in this clip. And I think it's very, very interesting that he would do so. But I would not rule into it. If it impacts AEW, so be it. It's not going to impact them as greatly as some would like to make it out to be. That's just not the reality of the situation, in my opinion. It's a classic troll job. It's a classic Rock move. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. The people that lost their minds, I don't know what to tell you, but that is what The Rock is doing here. That is what he was trying to do. And I would say just move on with it. Obviously, you're going to have some that take issue with it. I can't do anything about that, but just very interesting by the great one with his social media game.